afternoon, Vanni.
Good afternoon, Josh. How are you?
Good, not too bad. Just want to ask you, how are you preparing the team for the game against FC Dallas, who are second in the Western Conference?
Yeah, with a lot of respect for FC Dallas because they're a really, really good team, but also with a lot of confidence. The last three games were really good at home. We are in kind of a good role, I would say, and we want to keep this momentum going. The atmosphere at training is really good. The intensity at training is really good. Of course, we didn't have too much time to prepare the game, but sometimes it's even better so we don't have to overthink too much and you go with your probably first choice in your mind and you stick with what you want to do.
And against San Jose, two of the three goals given up were on the transition. How do you manage better on the transitions?
First of all, the referee needs to be better because the first transition was our foul. So that's a fact. And the second of all, you're right. We need to be better in transition. We need to be, let's say, manage a little better those moments. They were very good, to be honest, San Jose in those two goals, but in the like the third one, that for me the transition that we didn't do very well. We need to drop more with the back line, not engage, and we need to be faster with the guys that are wing back to be back and helping the back line. So we actually worked on it a little bit yesterday and today. So hopefully we're gonna do better tomorrow.
Great, thank you, Vanni.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. We'll go to Nathan.
Hey, Vanny, how you doing?
Good, Nathan. How are you?
Doing well. You've had a handful of games now with your back four, back 3.5. What have you seen that you've liked? What do you still need to work on?
I liked the solidity defensively when we played back four. We basically didn't concede any goal. We played two games and a half with this back 3.5, and we didn't concede goal. The problem is that, being very clear, I think the only guy that is able to play in that position, right winger, becoming a number 10, is Ryan Gold. And without Ryan Gold, we become not that, I would say, creative and fluid offensively if we do the four back and then three back when we attack. So as you've seen in the last game, when we went full back three, the second half was much more, I would say, entertaining and was much better on the attacking side because Daho was already there in the 10th position. So gonna break you the news, and tomorrow we're gonna play back three again.
Sounds good. Just a little bit of an injury update. I know you still got a few players on the health and safety protocol. How about the other players, and what are their timelines? I know you said Kyle Alexander was going to be heading into some practice here pretty soon. How's Tristan Blackman doing?
Well, Tristan is still on the side. Tristan, I think it will be June when you're gonna see on the field with us. He's recovering. He's much better. He's already started to do some work on the side, running, working with the ball, changing direction, but he hasn't yet did not even a minute with the team. Not even the warm up or the kind of first technical exercise. Kaio is basically ready. He can't play because he still has the splinter, but as soon as he removes it, it will be available for selection. So it will be available for selection from the probably Kansas City game or at the latest for the game that we'll have at home against RSL beginning of June.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan. We'll go to Jay Janauer.
Ciao, Nico. How are you?
Very good, Jay. Your Italian is getting better every time.
I'm trying, my friend. I'm trying. I'm trying to get up to your level, but not quite. Then, when I watched Lucas Calvo play on the weekend, I said that was arguably probably his strongest game we've seen in a Whitecaps kit. What were your thoughts on his performance, and Why do you think it's taken so long for us to see that from him?
I agree with you. It was the best performance that he did with the Whitecaps jersey. Uh, well, Lucas has been very unlucky last year. Last year, he was always injured, to be honest, and he, since he's a fighter, he wanted to be on the field, he wanted to help, and he was at training, but he wasn't himself, so he was always behind everyone. That's the reason why he was always on the bench. That's the reason why he couldn't exude that power, that fighting spirit, that quality that he has in protecting the ball and in being a dominant presence in the box. Now he's in a much better physical condition. He is working a lot for the team. He's working a lot. I would say also for himself. He has also this bigger objective to go to the World Cup with the national team. So he's doing everything correctly. And again, when you help the team helps you, and the team is helping also him to be a player that has chances in the box. He had 4 chances last game, and when you have 4 chances, you score. At the end, you score, and you become a dominant player. But he's doing very well for the team, and the team is helping him.
I know we've talked in the past about your final third in finishing. I think we're seeing more and more chances that way. How about your final third defending? Are you still perplexed at the fact that you still seem to be a little bit loose back there and don't have maybe the cohesion you'd like to see defending?
I think again, the last 3 games for 5 halves we did well. Against San Jose, it's because San Jose is a kind of a crazy team. They left us a lot of space, but they stayed with 3 guys up top even when we were defending. So in counterattack, and they also scored 2 goals in counterattack. They were really good. So hats off to them. I'm pissed on the first goal that we conceded, because it's impossible to concede a goal when you are 8 players defending in your box, and that's what we did. So we need to improve. Of course, we are improving, in my opinion. The most important thing is the balance that we have to have as a team. Is not, if we concede a goal, is not a defensive line problem, it's a team problem. So we need to be more balanced when we attack, and not conceding fast transition to the opposition.
What's Ryan's status and some of the other guys who've been out of your lineup? Are we going to see them Wednesday or Saturday more likely?
Well, Ryan is still in health and safety protocol. Toss too, but Toss probably is going to end these 7 days of health and safety protocol today, so probably is going to be available for selection tomorrow, even if he never trains with the team. Both of them will be ready to travel to Charlotte and to do the trip away, but for sure they won't start tomorrow in the game. And I think that Ryan is not going to be available for selection too, but that maybe it's like we have a 1% of possibility that it's going to be.
Grazie.
Prego.
Thanks, Jay. We'll go to JJ.
Konnichiwa, Vanni-san.
Konnichiwa. Genki desu ka? It means how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. That exhausted my Japanese, just being able to say hello. So I'm glad you got me there. I have a couple questions. It looks like I'm the last one on the queue here, unless anyone pops up. First of all, MLS is kind of buzzing about a certain midfielder from Argentina. Can you tell us the status of Andres Cubas?
Well, Andres is that's the Argentinian player that I'm talking today. Messi is a second-tier player, and Andres is in the final process of getting his visa sorted, and it can be something really very fast. If you receive back his passport from the embassy tomorrow, he can fly tomorrow here in Vancouver. So we hope that he can be here in the next few days, and as soon as we'll be here, since he was participating with his team till a couple of weeks ago, he's ready to go. He doesn't need any I would say adaptation or fitness or whatever. So as soon as he comes, he will be ready to help.
All right. that second tier player you had mentioned there. Arguably, Messi is probably the largest name linked to MLS. What are your thoughts on him potentially coming to the league, especially as a part owner?
Yeah, that's would be, I don't know how does it work in terms of the rules and everything. The salary cap, DP, part owner, whatever. But in any fashion, he's gonna come. That would be huge and massive for MLS, having one probably the best player in the last 15 years, or arguably one of the two, between even Cristiano Ronaldo, of the best player of the last 10, 15 years playing in the league, would be massive. And it's also okay for us. Miami is in the other conference, so it's okay. We're just happy if he comes.
BC Place better get that grass in here sooner than later if you want to see Messi. A couple of specific player questions. You said that last week Eric Godoy was on a one-game week schedule. Is that still the case?
Yeah, he's going to be on the bench tomorrow. He will be kind of an emergency solution. We're trying to be, again, very cautious, because we want him to have it for a long period of time. And if he plays once a week, it means that he's going to play another 15, 16 games of the 23-24, so it would be very good. It's certainly better than 0 out of 8 that he did the first 8, and also because he's a good player. So we'll also think about what we do with him accordingly, if he's going to play a little tomorrow or not, if he travels to Charlotte or if he stays here, because we don't have to forget that the most important game of the season so far is going to come in a week in Calgary, Alberta.
Yes, Calgary, Alberta. We'll talk about that game a little further on.
Yeah, I know.
Last question for me here. I was wondering what your thoughts were on Pedro Vite and his development, where you see him. Would we ever see potentially a Pedro Vite, Ryan Gauld midfield pairing, that kind of thing? Just what are your thoughts on the young player?
No, it's like it's something that for sure we can see in the future. Pedro needs to become a little more intense on the field. His level of talent, his level of quality is not only enough, but is also very, very good, much more than enough to play in our team. It still doesn't exude that level of intensity, that level of bite, both offensively and defensively, that makes him play without, I would say, problem in MLS. So until he doesn't reach that level, is a 20-25 minutes player, is a bench player who come in for us. And that's a message not only for you guys but also for him, because he needs to realize that he needs to ramp up the intensity of his game, because with the quality that he has, if he really becomes a little bit more again intense in his game, he can become one of the best offensive midfielder of the league.
Is that a case of him being, a young player in a new country, in a new league, or is that just him as a player?
No, totally. Yeah, that's what it is. He played so far in a league in Ecuador where the space are much more big. The general level of the team, they let you play much more. Here, the league is one of the most physical leagues in the world, MLS, and the space are very tight, and you need a period of adaptation, and he's going through this period of adaptation. Of course, any period of adaptation causes, I would say, a downgrade in order to have a spike in the curve in the future. So hopefully we're gonna see this spike soon. I don't want to talk about spike in the curve because it reminds me of COVID. So let's maybe choose another metaphor. Like it's a step back for 2 steps forward.
Got it. Thanks, Vanni. Appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank you, everyone. If you have any other requests, please just contact a member of the communications department. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye, guys.
Andiamo.
Andiamo.